200-meter dash, first heat underway.
There goes Karen, he's taking second. The throw, the slide, not in time, he's safe.
We'll spike it over and get the point for the Redhawks.
Strike three, he got him looking.
And that'll be another point for the Redhawks.
Hello and welcome to Frontier Community Access Television. Tom Albert, Dan Danak here, as well as Kevin Murphy, the executive producer. As we're here in the state tournament, we have the Frontier Redhawks versus the Ayer Shirley Panthers. So it's going to be a great game today. Frontier being the 8th seed, and Ayer Shirley come all the way down from Central Mass, is what I was told they're from. And if you're listening from Ayer Shirley, you know, enjoy the stream. I mean, enjoy doing this, and glad to have you watching. If you're a Frontier fan, well, you know the drill. We've had a pretty good season so far. We did lose in the Western Mass semifinal against South Hadley, but the winner of this game most likely to play South Hadley, unless South Hadley gets upset. But you never know. I mean, Frontier being the 8th seed, Ayer Shirley pretty much being unknown to Frontier, and probably vice versa, to be honest. And, yeah, it's going to be a great game tonight. Redhawks hopefully can make it to the Sweet 16 and get revenge on South Hadley, but got to get past Ayer Shirley first. So it'll be the top of the first inning, and it's going to be Ayer Shirley up to bat. Quickly run through the lineup if I have quite time. So it's going to be on the mound pitching for the Redhawks is Ashley Taylor. We'll go over to the defense first for the Hawks. She's our leadoff hitter. She's number 6, and she's a senior, so she graduated on Friday night. Skylar Steele, she's number 10. She's over at shortstop today. Delaney Fifield, senior captain behind the plate. Number 12, another captain of the softball team, Liv Michon, number 9. She's in center field today. Raina Wanze, who's usually on the mound, she's DHing today, number 21. Number 15 is Sophia Pinardi. She's batting 6th, and she's over at first base as usual. Addie Ely over in right field, number 16. And number 1, Abby Schreiber, she's over at third base. And batting last, I believe, is Whitney Campbell, number 2. And she's at second base like usual. And the only other difference today is Ashley Taylor's usually in left field when Raina's on the mound, and Raina hits when she pitches, but Raina is DHing today. And Riley Tyne is in left field. She's a position player. She's the flex. And that will be the Frontiers defense. Leading off for Ayer Shirley Regional is Lauren Reardon. She's over at shortstop, number 2. Number 1, batting second, is Kelsey Peterson. She's at second base. And batting third, we'll see in the first inning, is Marnie Hoskey. She's over at third base. So we'll at least see those 3 batters, as well as Abby Hoskey. So they must be related somehow. Probably sisters if I had to take a guess. Number 8 there, and she's behind the plate. So we'll get through the lineup as it goes, though. As I don't quite have too much time, but Frontier will meet at the mound. Hawks have had a good season so far. I mean, they did lose in the Western Mass semifinal, but only 2-1. I mean, it was really just a hitting struggle for them. But Raina Wanze, in the last game that they played, did come up to bat with 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and hit a home run. So don't count the Redhawks out at all. And Ashley Taylor to deliver the first pitch of the game. Inside ball 1. And again, the batter is Lauren Reardon over at shortstop today. Here comes the pitch from Taylor. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Nice off speed from Taylor. Taylor's been on this team, I think, since 8th grade or 7th. I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember. And that was high and inside, I believe. 2-1 is the count. Taylor delivers. Hard hit ball, left field. That could be gone. No, hits the wall. And that's a double as Riley Tyne gets it into Steele. And a leadoff double for Reardon. And Ayer Shirley came here to play. Also later at 5 o'clock is the baseball game. Taylor delivers, shows bunt. And over to first for out number 1, so she does her job. So really, I mean, this run, no, it's just one out here, and the batter will be Marnie Hoskey. Sack bunt. Inside. Taylor's going to have to be careful at every pitch she throws right now because a base hit will score a run. And that is not what you want here in the first inning of the MIA tournament. Grounded down the first baseline. 1-1 is the count. Taylor going to be careful at the position she throws the ball here. In there for a strike called. 1-2 is the count. So Taylor in a good pitcher's count. Hopefully for a strikeout here, but never know. Hard hit ball. Nice pick by Steele. Plays to home. So that run would have scored. Steele should have gone to first for the out, but that's all right. Puts double play as Ayer Shirley takes a 1-0 lead. First lefty. So 0-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Taylor. And inside for a ball. Frontier going to have to work hard at this game. I mean, I'm not sure how good Devin Perwook is, but I'm sure she's a good hitter. Hard hit ball. Gets over this Whitney Campbell's head, and Addie Ely throws it into second, but another hit. Not good for the Hawks here. Here comes the pitch. 1-0. Taylor inside her own head right now. Got to get out of this. Hard hit ball. Nice play by Steele over to second for the double play. Nice job by Skylar Steele making the catch for the line out. So, hey, what do you know? Frontier gets a double play and they get out of it with only one run of damage done here in the first. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Tom Albert, Dan Danak, Kevin Murphy here at the Frontier softball field, where we go to the bottom of the first inning. Frontier down 1-0 against Ayer Shirley, the Panthers, I believe. So it will be who but Ashley Taylor, who's on the mound today. Can she get things started here? Senior captain for the Redhawks, as she graduated just on Friday night. A couple other seniors on the team as well, and on the mound is, that'll be low and outside. Nice off speed though. So Taylor's seen the off speed. Is Devin Perwart. And I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Oh, 2 or 2-0, I should say, sorry. And we apologize for the wind. It's very windy over here. Maybe less windy at the baseball field. And that game will be going live at 5 o'clock. Tune into that one. You can tune into both. Pitch, off speed. Not in there, 3-0. So it's got to be absolutely perfect. I presume she might have the green light, but who knows? 3-0. Going to be right down the middle. In there, yep. Just like I said. Sometimes I can predict it right, but other times not so much. Taylor, good hitter for the Hawks. Not quite sure what her batting average is, but I know it's a little high in there, and that's in there for strike 2. That kind of loops in there. It's almost like a changeup. Here comes the pitch from hard at ball, and Taylor just kind of laughing that one off. That one's for out number 1 here. But hey, a good battle nonetheless. Full count, pop out. And who but Skylar Steele, who leads the team in home runs. One of the best hitters on the team, if not the best. In there. It's really like all an off speed from Devin. So Steele's ready now, but if you're Devin, you got to be careful where you pitch the ball to Steele. And just like that, base knock for Skylar Steele as she rounds first. And good job by Skylar. She's still getting run down by the shortstop over there. 1 out. And a base hit for Skylar Steele into left field, so good job from her. And that will bring up Delaney Fifield. Lose. Steele taken out the second, nowhere in time as she steals second with ease. And there's that run. A duck on the pond. So that throw is nowhere in time. High. 2-0 count. As I missed that first pitch. Lou also has a couple home runs on the season. Grounder. Third base, got to get through. Delaney takes off. Oh, close play. Steele takes off to third, though, so Delaney does her job and moves Steele. With 2 outs and Liv Vachon, got to get a hit here. That was a close play at first, but I think she was out maybe by half a step. Vachon, a good hitter for the team. And that one drops in there. It's like a curveball. Okay, so she is a lefty. That's why it curves. It's different than I've seen all year, actually. I haven't seen a lefty softball pitcher. Yeah. I think this is actually might be one of the first times I've ever seen a lefty pitcher for softball. Grounder up the middle and base knock for Liv Vachon as she gets the RBI right back. Good job by the Redhawks responding, and that's Liv Vachon's First hit of the game there. 2 outs, and have fun with 2. Reina Wanze. That was like a nonchalant hit almost from Mashawn. Ball in there for Reina. Devin delivers. Mashawn. Ooh. Almost should have slid there, but a little close. Too close for my comfort. But that puts another duck on the pond. Runner at second. Here comes a pitch from Reardon. Outside. I think it's 2-0. Here comes a pitch from Reardon. In the dirt. That'll actually be ball 4. Good job by Reina. She gets on. And now I'll bring up Sophia Pinardi. Another senior for the Redhawks. She had a clutch hit late in the 7th inning, but oh, Mashawn overthrow, and she'll take off to home. And Mashawn, I think she would have been out if the third baseman had gotten a good throw from the catcher, but Mashawn goes to home. And Frontier takes a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first. Ball from an overthrow. 2-0. Reardon not Reardon, sorry. Devin struggling a little bit. She looked good for the first 3 or 4 batters, and then as soon as there was a batter on, something kind of, it seems like something kind of got to her, but, or it was just the Redhawks. And Pinardi with a base knock into center field. Reina will hold up at third. Nice base hit for Sophia Pinardi. And the Hawks doing well here with 2. Having fun with 2 is the rule. And I'll bring up Addie Ely. Like I've said all season, she's a great hitter. Makes the count go long, and she will foul them off. So (1-0). Oh, Sophia Bernardi steals second base. I missed that. I only figured it out actually from the dugout. Grounder over to third. Ely's gonna have to run this one out, and it dropped. It dropped. That is why you always run it out. 3-1. So really, they could have gone out of this with just 1 run scored, but some bad news Bears softball here. But Ayer Shirley can hit the ball, is what we found out in the top of the first. So now I'll bring up Abby Schreiber. Let's give. Yep, Ely takes off easy to second base. Good job by Dan Danak there with the camera work. Good to have Dan here. He's been at FCAT for a long time, 6 years, volunteering. Hard at ball, left field. That will be just foul. That would have been a 2 RBI single for, or double for Schreiber there. She's clearly not happy with herself. Here comes the pitch. Off speed in the dirt. Runners will hold at second and third. One and one. Yep. Schreiber also a good hitter. Frontier really can hit the ball anywhere in this order. Grounder. Shortstop will field it over to first in time. Hey, to be fair to Schreiber, she did have a nice hit into left field. It was just foul. So, Frontier leaves 2 runners on, second and third there. We go to the top of the second inning. Frontier takes the lead back, 3-1. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Tom Albert, Dan Danak, Kevin Murphy, executive producer. As we go to the top of the second, Taylor delivers. That is ball 1. Batter's number 4, Alexis Carlson. Grounder, steal, fields it, and over to first in time. Steele having 2 nice plays. Dan giving me the so-so sign, as you won't be able to see that as he's behind the camera, but Dan doing a good job. And that's out number 1. And that'll bring up a fly ball. I don't even get the saves up. Kylie over to left field, makes a grab. Over there, Riley Tyne. And that's 2 quick outs. So Hawks making quick work. The bottom of the order. Batter is Devin Perwook. She's on the mound. As I like to call it, it's mano-y-mano. Pitcher versus pitcher. Grounder down the third baseline is foul. That'll even up the count 1-1. It's interesting, actually. One of the games I've brought up in the past, I particularly remember, is the run. You know, these 4 seniors are actually on it in 8th grade against Greenfield, and they made it as the 21st seed all the way to the Final Four of the state tournament. And that was 4 years ago now. So Taylor was on the mound versus Paulin in that one, and game did end 11-1 Greenfield, but Greenfield was the 1 seed and went on to win the state tournament. So Taylor gets that one for the first K from the night, actually, I believe. And that will be a very quick inning. 1, 2, 3. 3 up, 3 down. And we go to bottom of the second inning where the Hawks look to get the bats going again. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back. Hey, sometimes they get a lot of views. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Tom Albert, Dan Danak, Kevin Murphy. And the batter is Whitney Campbell. Whitney. Ooh. Guess a little high, maybe a little outside. I'm not too sure. Looked good from my camera angle. 2-1. I mostly right now, especially watch a lot of the game through the laptop, but grounder, third base gets through. Not quite, but Campbell safe at first. She gets a wooing from somebody over. I think it was Coach Dean, actually. And I'll bring up top of the order. Ashley Taylor popped up, I think, to the pitcher or third base. Shows bunt. Taylor shows bunt. Everyone comes in, and easy steal for Whitney Campbell. Now that puts another runner in scoring position. That one high and outside. 2-0. So Taylor actually, when she showed that bunt, she did pull the back a little, so it was before the plate, so she didn't actually go. Hard at ball, left field, and that will be stand-up single and an RBI. Never mind, as Taylor just speed demons down to second base. Nice job by Taylor. An RBI out to left field. And I'll bring up Skylar Steele. Scored the first run, and she's on that one. 4-1 is the score now after that RBI double from Ashley Taylor. Taylor almost halfway down to third. And that count evened it up 1-1. Base hit will probably score Taylor. Steele waiting for hers. Had the first hit of the game for the Redhawks. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball, line drive to center field. Oh, drops it! Taylor was starting to head back to second base and froze and went to third. That was, I really have not seen that before in a long time. I mean, that was a hard hit ball to center field, and it's just the powerhouse, Skylar Steele. Right liner. That's what I usually write down on my score sheet. Swing and a miss. Delaney wants that one back. But Skylar Steele takes off the second and slides in there. Base hit scores too, so Delaney looking for her first hit of the night right now. Hard hit ball, that might be gone. Yep. Yes, ma'am. Bam-a-lams. Delaney Fifield with the 3-run home run. Set it on her last at bat. Has many home runs on the season. And she's going to Mitchell College for softball, so as long as I can do math, it's 7-1. That was a nice, like, almost a home run that kind of dropped right over the fence. It was clean. It was like in slow motion almost. And now I'll bring up Liv Michon, who had a hit her last at bat to center field. In there for strike one. So just like that, Devin is right back on it, but Hawks on an early lead. Excuse me. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball, pop up, and that's going to drop in. Bloop. Single for Michon. She's just walking back to first. I'm going to write down a bloop. Got to call the ball, but hey. Will we get... Michon just takes down a second. Got to get down, Michon. That's 2 times almost she's getting caught. But that's 2 steals for Michon. Playing with fire. No outs here as everybody's gotten a hit. Reyna, also a home run hitter. In there for a strike. Yep, 2-1. I knew I missed a pitch there. Here comes the pitch. High and outside. Shirley is the 25th seed, so they do have an uphill battle against this powerhouse of an 8 seed Redhawks. So, and Michon kind of actually distracted the catcher there, and as that one was in the dirt, and a walk for Reyna. She smiles down the first baseline, and no outs here. That's 2 walks for Reyna 1Z on the night. And now I'll bring up Sophia Pinardi. Had a hit and a steal. Hit to center field and stole base for last at bat. Reyna takes off to second. Yeah, I know. Dan said they were stealing too fast on it. I mean, really, every time we get a runner to third, we steal a base. So, grounder over to third. And that'll be an RBI for Sophia Pinardi. And that'll be the first out of the inning. That was shortstop. That was either shortstop or third. Addie Ely. So she actually... would have been out, or well, she beat out the throw, and the first baseman dropped the ball. That's what happened. 8-1. Here, just in the bottom of the second, so no mercy rule in the state tournament. In there, little low for my liking, but good frame job by the catcher nonetheless. 1-1 is the count. In there, nice pitch. One, two. Just one out here. Good pitcher's count. Here comes grounder over to shortstop. Throws it over to first in time. Ely. Ely didn't even know. Addie didn't even know that she got an RBI. She was so angry that she didn't beat out the throw, but Coach Larry says, hey, you got an RBI. 9-1. Abby Schreiber. Here comes the pitch. Swing and miss. Woo! Pulled her head. Here comes the pitch. Woo! Almost coming our way. Almost hit a fan. Ayer Shirley in danger zone over here. Little do they know we used to be over there. I don't know. I set up further away today. And Schreiber upset with herself. She pops out to the second baseman. So we go to the top of the third after Frontier bats through the order. 9 up, 3 down, 6 runs scored. No. Anyways, 9-1. We go to the top of the third. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. I will quickly thank our sponsors, Albert Hearing Services. You can give my mom in her office a call at 413-774-0100. Again, 413-774-0100. If you're listening from Ayer Shirley, go visit my mom in Western Massachusetts. She does a great job. If you need your hearing aids and ears cleaned. Anyways, as well as Holiday Pizza, as that's a 1-0 count. Gilmore Farrow Insurance. Zach's Barbecue, that one's in there for a strike. One and one is the count. I'll finish the sponsors at the end of this inning. Grounder, second base. Campbell throws it over to first in time. Good job sticking with it is Whitney. That one's fouled down the first baseline. That batter was Riley Adamson, the bottom of the order there, that grounded out to second base. And top of the order, Lauren Reardon, who had, oh, that one gets through. Steele, bare hands over to first. Whoa. And that's why I don't sit over there. As Steele, whew, almost hit the fan. It would actually hit their foot, their shoe. I know very well from over at a Greenfield game where Steele overthrew Pinardi and boom, coming right toward my face, ducked out of the way and hit me right in the arm, and I was bruising for days. And Lauren Reardon, who scored the first run for Ayer Shirley, now just at third base as she steals a base. 2 bases there. Nice bare hand, though, from Steele. Just Steele diving, can play! Oh, my goodness! Whoa! Please tell me you got that, Dan Danak. He did. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Skylar Steele. Jeez, I'm out of words. Oh, gets over Steele's head that time, and she'll take off the second. And Riley Tyne gets it Nice throw into second base, though, but Lauren Reardon having herself a night as she has 2 hits and scores 2 runs. And that's an RBI for Marnie Husky. And then I'll bring up Abby Hosk. I think I'm pronouncing that right. She's behind the plate. Taylor, grounder, second base. Campbell has time over to first in time for out number 3. So Ayer Shirley gets the run, though. Nice play from Skylar Steele. Honestly, that should be on ESPN Top 10. That was incredible. So we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning where the Hawks will have Whitney Campbell, who started things off last inning with a hit to shortstop. So we'll see you in the bottom of the 3rd. I will quickly thank our sponsors, though. Albert Hearing Services, Holiday Pizza, Gilmore Farrell Insurance. They specialize in personal and commercial insurance, as well as Zach's Barbecue, Sugarloaf Hair Studio. They're located in South Deerfield. You can give Kim and her, Kim or Rachel, a visit. She's actually cutting my hair on Thursday. Need to get a bit of a trim myself. She's been cutting my hair personally since I was 2 years old. Pretty cool. And then Terrazas at Greenfield Country Club. So go visit Terrazas. The boss. So we go to bottom of the 3rd inning. And up to bat will be Whitney Campbell, second baseman for the Redhawks. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. Nope. He's all the way over there. Oh! Oh! So, sorry, I was taking a sip of water there, but the first baseman dropped the ball. Did not have the ball in her glove. So that's 2 hits for Whitney Campbell tonight. 2 hits to shortstop. Also scored a run, and that will bring up again top of the order Ashley Taylor. Oh, and oh, Campbell had to like stutter step almost. It was like a basketball, like whoop, I could go in a second, nope. And then it was dropped and then over to second. So I don't know how else to just quite describe that. And it worked out for the Hawks as Taylor's 2 for 3. And that's a hard ball. Oh, nice catch. Nice job by Lauren Reardon. Reardon having herself a game. That's Steele's first. She's 2 for 3 now. Nice job by Reardon again. Liner to shortstop. Delaney Fifield, 3-run home run. That one gets up the middle, and that's going to score an RBI as Taylor holds up at second, and that'll be a long single for Delaney Fifield. So, still just 1 out here as Delaney Lou Fifield, 2 for 3 on the night. Another base knock. Frontier needed a game like this, to be honest. I mean, everyone's hitting. Nice eye there by Michonne. She's 2 for 2. Her last at bat, she blooped to left field, and that hit the center field in the first. It's going to be a ball 2, just a little outside the zone. Grounder over to shortstop, flips it to third, tried to make the play. That would have been crazy. Horn reared and tried to make another one, but hit to third base. As everything seems to be going Frontier's way right now. I mean, Reina with the bases loaded. Home run in her last game and a solo one. 1 out here. I don't think I've seen a grand slam in a while. In there for strike 1. Devin's going to have to be careful the way she pitches to Reina here. Reina's DHing today. That one will be blocked by the catcher. 2-1 is the count. Good hitters count here. Infield's in, plays to home. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball, that's foul. Will it stay in? Nice catch by the third baseman. And that was in foul territory. That was Marnie Hosk. And now I'll bring up Sophia Pinardi, having herself a game here. 1 for 2 with an RBI. First thing had a hit to center field. Last one grounded out to shortstop, but got an RBI there. And this time ground over to second. Pinardi on time, so they get out of it with the bases loaded. Just 1 run scores here. Yep. So we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Score is 10-2 here in the top of the 4th now. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. As the girls are having fun out there with some Toby Keith playing. Believe. Served in the arm. 10-2 is the score, top of the 4th. And up to bat, Jocelyn. Grounder. Over to shortstop, throws it at first in time. Nice play by Skylar Steele. 1 pitch, 1 out. Steele having herself a game defensively. And the batter is swing and a miss. Batter is Alexis Carlson. Out in left field today. Last at bat grounded out to shortstop. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice pitch from Taylor. Swing and miss, strike 3. 4 pitches, 2 outs. That's a K swinging, and that's the second one for Ashley Taylor. Because we're just moving through this game. All right, for ball 1. Kylie Hosk is the batter. 3 Hosks on the team. Unless I wrote that down wrong. Yep, nope, 3 Hosks on the team. Huh. Hard hit ball. That might be gone. Nope. Riley Tyne throws it into second. Almost gets her. Ooh, a little too close. A little scary. But a base hit with 1 out. That was Alexis Carlson. Or sorry, Kylie Hosk. Batter is Devin Perwick. 2-0 count. Nice stop by Delaney Fifield. I believe Addie Ely will become the catcher next year. She's usually the bullpen catcher for Taylor Reyna. That's going to be, might be gone. Nope, Michon back. A nice out for out number 3. Forgot about the strikeout there, but that was a hard hit ball to center field, though. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Score is 10-2, and the batter is Addie Ely. Or Al. I'll have to ask her after this game, so then next time, see her on the sports in the fall maybe. I get her name right. And Addie will step up to the plate. Oh, a hard bloopers. Nice catch by second base. She watched, eyed that ball all the way to her mitt. I'll bring up Abby Schreiber. One pitch, 1 out. Inside for ball 1. Devin doing a good job here on the mound. Really, there's been some fielding errors, and she's pitched pretty well so far. Nice play. Throws it over first. Oh, just saved. Nice job by Schreiber beating out the throw to first. Nice play, though, by Reardon. As that will be Schreiber's first hit of the night. And I'll bring up Whitney Campbell. Bunt. And that'll be just go foul. Whitney not happy with herself there. That was almost a perfect bunt, too. I mean, ugh. On deck is top of the order, Ashley Taylor. Oh, Schreiber. Woo! Redhawks got to learn how to slide. Time to sliding practice for Coach Dean. I'll tell him after. Not a lot of slides. Here comes the pitch. Oh. Out of play. 2-2 is the count. Twos. Base hit, good score run. Fly ball, right field. She'll make the catch. Schreiber. Oh, no. Oh. Schreiber way late. But that's all right. So a double play there. Just some mistakes there, but it's all right. Fly out to right field. And we go to the top of the fifth inning. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television as the baseball game should be underway. Go tune into that one for Mason Smith, Tyler Walkowitz, and Logan Walkowitz, as well as Kevin Murphy over there. And Grogu. 5 over there.
How come it's just the 2 of us, though?
Dan says, why is it the 2 of us? Well, we don't have a high pod. We're better is what Dan says. Yes, I guess so. We'll take a quick break, folks. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We're having a good night tonight. Hello and welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Top of the fifth inning. Batter will be counts 1-1, I believe, in the dirt. Number 19. It's going to be a pinch hitter, Maddie Kutsofis. I'm going to go with that. 3-1. Pinch hitter for Riley Adamson. That one. Ball 4, so a walk there for the pinch hitter. Top of the order, Lauren Reardon. And she's 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, so key player for Ayer Shirley. I mean, and pinch running is Ella McKean. She's got to have some speed. No outs. Runner on first. Steele could be incoming. Not going to take off there. In there for strike 1. Nice pitch from Taylor. And dirt, 2-1. Haven't seen Taylor pitch. Actually, only really seen Taylor come into relief for Raina most of the season. But and I saw her pitch start the game on senior night, so I'm not sure quite what they did on, during away games, but I'm sure Taylor. Oh, it's a little spooky as my audio cuts out a little bit. Ball 3. Ball 4. 2 back-to-back walks, and will Coach Gary Dean's going to go out and talk to her. And we may see a pitching change. Maybe not. We might want to just save Raina.
Good swerve, Marn. Good swerve.
They're going to still talk things over. So long, and here comes the ump. Is just going to, some words of encouragement for Coach Gary Dean with no outs. Runners on first and second. Let's just get the lead runner at third if we can. If not, just get the out at first. That's what I would have said. Shows bunt, puts it down. And nice play. What? Yes, nice play. I was like, she was out, but she got her arms up and was like, I'm safe. But nice play by Ashley Taylor. Throws it over to third in time to Skylar Steele. They knew exactly what they were doing in that situation. Is that the fielder's choice? One gone, and that one. Oh. Taylor tried to catch. I think it's, yep, 2-1. Fouled back. He evens it up at 2-2. That pep talk from Coach Gary Dean seems to be working for Taylor. Grounder. It's going to stay fair. What? Just foul. Don't have the best angle of it, but in my eyes, it spun around and Fifield barehanded it. Would have been out at first, but 2-2. Taylor delivers. Grounder up the middle. Steele takes herself in. Obstruction. That's got to be obstruction. Yep, interference. Yep. That's a double play because Steele they had to slide. Steele couldn't make the throw because she didn't slide. So as soon as I yelled obstruction, but sorry for if you're listening at home. as the coach for Ayer Shirley arguing the call, but can't quite argue that right now. But I mean, you can't argue it. It's just that was clearly obstruction. We go to the bottom of the fifth. You were watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back. Top of the sixth inning. Welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Tom Elber, Dan Danak, the dynamic duo over here today. Dan on that switcher and camera right next to me. Dan's been helping at FCAT shoots for 6 years, right? Or yeah, close enough. Pretty much as long as I've been helping out, actually. But I'm getting. I think it's 3-1. I honestly could not tell you. Yep, ball 4. Should call up Ben Roberts, get him on the phone. He'd call this game with me. He wouldn't. He'd watch it. Oh yeah, we can do that. If we had the, we can do a remote call. If I had the audio board that's over at the baseball game, so he can call into the baseball game actually. But we did that once this season for a softball game earlier this year. That one's Skylar steals the batter. Bottom of the fifth, I believe. Ignore my scoreboard up there. I accidentally pressed it. Ooh. Double play. Well, they got the lead runners, so fielder's choice. Yep, bottom of the fifth. I fixed it now. Money, 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 money. Delaney Fifield, 2 for 3 on the night with a 3-run home run, and her last at bat had a hit to center field. Steele takes out the second. Oh, got her. First time tonight. Steele, that's actually the first time I've seen Steele get caught stealing all year. sure about that call, but 2 outs, and Delaney Fifield's got to get things started all over again. Grounder. Oh, Reardon can't quite hold on to it. I would not credit her with there. That was a hard hit ball. And that will bring up Liv Machon, another senior captain. 3 for 3 on the night. Hit to center field, stole a base. Bloop. Hit into left. So fly, pop fly that kind of dropped in there. In the second, stole another base. Hit to third base. So Machon having herself a night tonight. Bottom of the 5th. Hard hit ball, center field, and Machon's 4 for 4. She'll take off to second. She could have a triple on her hands. Nope, she'll hold up to second, but Delaney over at home, and Machon takes off to third as it gets away from the catcher. And that's an RBI for Olivia Machon as she goes 4 for 4 right now. Hard hit ball to center field. And I'll bring up Raina Wanzi. Hard hit ball. That might be out of here. Maybe not. Back it back. Nice catch. That was number 3. Jocelyn Sedato. To end the 5th inning, we go to the top of the 6th. Frontier gets a run from a nice hit from Machon to score Delaney Fifield there with 2 outs. And we will see you guys in the top of the 6th inning. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome to Frontier Community Access Television. So I believe it's 11-2 here in the top of the 2nd inning. I was just asked by the coach, first base coach. Oh, gets past Campbell there. And that'll be Jocelyn Sonato who had that nice catch in center field to end the Hawks at bats in the bottom of the 5th. And that's in there for a nice strike from Ashley Taylor. And that one's fouled back, and boom, another one hits the shed. At least there's not a woodsy area behind the softball field because it'd be tragic. Hard hit ball. Campbell over to shortstop. And that'll be another. Oh. A nice job from Whitney to steal and Sophia just could not quite hold that tiptoe on the bag. So, hey. That'll bring up Alexis Carlson. Struck out her last at bat. And in the second, she grounded out the shortstop. So Steele having herself a night. I mean, a lot of ground balls hit to her. So. And that'll be a strikeout. 1, 2, 3 for Ashley Taylor. Strikeout looking that time. That'll be strikeout number 3 for Taylor, but good defense behind her. Just low for a ball. And the Panthers down to their last 4 lives in the MIA state tournament. Kylie Husky up to bat, swing and a miss. Taking off to second. Fifield from her. Oh! Steele. Question the calls. And I don't know. I kind of had a good angle. I think she got her. Well, I'll give her the out, but I'm not calling the game. Foul back. So that's a steal there for Abby. Nope, it's going to be a steal for Jocelyn. Back-to-back foul balls, and that evens up the count 2-2. There are some cheers over from the baseball field, so some scoring must be happening right now. I mean, you guys can check the baseball. Oh, nice job by Taylor. Couldn't quite hold on to it, but throws it over to first in time for the out anyways. Quick reaction. Good job by Taylor to not get hit by that. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Hawks will probably have their last at-bats here, as it's 11-2. And Ayer Shirley maybe can get something going, score another run or 2 in the 7th. But I don't want to say it's quite over yet, but good lead for the Hawks here. Most likely, again, to face South Hadley, the number 9 seed. And the winner of that game will most likely face Hampshire Regional, the winner of the Class B Western Mass Final, who actually, guess what? Hampshire beat South Hadley. And you know who South Hadley beat in the semifinals of the Class B? Frontier Regional. So 3 teams kind of locally going to have to face each other, and it just worked out the way it did with the seeding and everything. But Penardi will be the batter. Graduated on Friday. As it downpoured, Dan Danak, who's running the camera, he got drenched. I offered him a poncho, but I would have had to run all the way to my car. That was in the parking lot. So we were like, nah. It was like 10 minutes before the start time. So he really wishes he had that poncho now, though. So he's shaking his head yes at me. So back to softball. Bottom of the 6th inning. We got Penardi, we got Addy, and we got Schreiber. One was the count. And Officer Ravish coached the middle school softball team. They were looking for a coach, and he stepped up big, and they had a good season. Couldn't tell you what the record was, but good season nonetheless. That one's fouled back, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. 2-1. 3-1. Bernardi's going to wait for hers. Good hitters count, but you also can kind of wait a pitch and see if you want. So better to say it's a good on-base percentage count. Swing and a miss. Bernardi just pulled her head there. That'll make the count full 3-2. Grounder. Shortstop Reardon throws it over to first in time. Bernardi will most likely end the night. 1 for 4, but she had an RBI and a hit to center field and stole base. So good game from her. And Addie. Flew out to second base her last at bat, grounded out to first shortstop, and I just kind of jinxed her as I accidentally almost said she grounded out to first base, and she just grounded out to first base. So and I'll bring up Abby Schreiber. Had a hit to shortstop and stole a base last bat, but kind of ran into that double play. Grounder over to Reardon. Not in time. And I'll bring up Whitney Campbell, who having herself a night. 2 for 3. Has a stolen base, 2 hits to shortstop, and scored a run. Grounder back to the pitcher, throws it over to first in time. And so we go to the top of the 7th, where Ayer Shirley will pretty much have their last at bats. Got to score 9 unanswered runs on the really good Hawks defense today. So not sure if they quite have it, but nonetheless, a good game. It was a fun one to call. I will say, Lauren Reardon had herself a game. She will be up to bat this inning, I believe. She's 2 for 2 and scored 2 runs. Pretty much stole 2 bases at one time, and walked. So this is a nice 4th of July playlist that we're listening to, but they're going to take a quick break. Never mind, as don't even have time, but born in the USA. Bruce Springsteen. And it will be Devin Perwick, who's on the mound. Fly ball. Steele calling everybody off. Nice catch by Skylar Steele for out number 1 on the top of the 7th. And the batter will be, be Maddie Kutsofsis. In there for a strike. 0-1. Taylor having herself a nice night on the mound. Circle. Not the mound. Pop fly to Whitney Campbell. And a nice catch by Whitney. Oh. And top of the order, Matt Reardon in there for a strike. This would be the batter to get for Taylor, though. I mean, 2 for 2 and a walk, so 0-1. 1-1. Just high. I mean, I don't know where that one missed. 2-1. Just a little outside, almost the same spot. Fly ball, left field. Oh, Riley Tyne to end the game. Wow. Riley, nice catch out in left field. Wow. Some nice plays in the field for the Hawks. And Ayer Shirley, thank you for coming out to South Deerfield. As I didn't have to go on the road for this one. Frontier wins it 11-2, as we will see most likely South Hadley later this week. And I wonder how the baseball game's going, as it's 5:30, and as apparently they just scored twice from Kevin Murphy. But great game all around from the Hawks. I think everybody on the team had a hit. 11-2, 2-0 us. 2-0 for the Redhawks over on the baseball diamond. So hey, go tune in to Mason Smith and maybe myself. I might join him. But you're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll see you. Go join the baseball stream as we'll close this one out quickly. Have a good night, everybody. And we'd like to quickly thank our sponsors, Albert Hearing Services, Holiday Pizza, Gilmore Farrell Insurance, Zach's Barbecue, Terraz's at Greenfield Country Club, as well as Sugarloaf Hair Studio and Bard Ceilings. So hey, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.